He was willing to take breathtaking risks, risks that could throw not only his presidency, but the Republican Party and the entire world into chaos and carnage. More than ever before as president, he was operating on pure gut instinct. It would take a combination of mind reader and psychologist to explain fully why Trump was willing to gamble so much more recklessly now.
Donald Trump isn't happy after a bombshell report from the Wall Street Journal, of all places, gave us a sneak peek into his Oval Office behavior. See, according to the report, first detailed by the Wall Street Journal and then picked up by the Daily Beast, Trump became so furious over just a technical problem during an Oval Office call with world leaders that he allegedly threw a tablet over the Resolute desk and onto the floor. The reported incident happened during French President Emmanuel Macron's visit to the White House early in Trump's second term. Trump and Macron were reportedly trying to join a group call led by Canada's then Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. According to the report, there was a technical issue. Trump could not speak on the call, and so, according to the Journal's account, which was citing an official who was present during the meeting, Trump became angry and just lobbed the tablet over the Resolute desk onto the floor. And the president's alleged temper tantrum was documented in an expose published by the Journal over the weekend, which revealed the lengths in which European leaders have gone to just to keep Trump at bay since he returned to the White House last year. The article also revealed that in January 2025, nearly 30 European leaders held a secret emergency meeting in Brussels to discuss a potential future free from depending on the United States. In the report, one person was said to have compared the meeting to group therapy as leaders tried to decipher a way forward.
Can you clarify what you meant with your social media post yesterday with respect to Prime Minister Maloney? That True Social post with the restraining order?
Oh, I don't know. I think she's a nice person, actually. We've had a good, we had a bad relationship, but it became a little bad because she refused to help us. Again, I didn't put a heavy press on her, but she refused to get involved with the Hormuz Strait, or you could also say just Iran. She refused to get involved. So it soured my relationship with her a little bit. But I like her. I think she's a nice person, actually. But I think she made a mistake. You know, they get a lot of their oil from, we don't get any of our, we have a lot of oil. The United States has more oil than anybody. And when you add Venezuela to it, it's like we have far more oil than anybody. We don't need the straits. We do this because we think it's an important thing to do. But she just wasn't there for us. And I wasn't happy about that. You can imagine, I wasn't happy about that.
To no surprise, the article connects the European anxiety to Trump's comments about Greenland, right? As Trump has consistently mused about taking Greenland, which is an autonomous territory of NATO member Denmark, oftentimes alluding to taking it by force, which of course caused tension with many of the European allies said to have participated in the secret meeting. And this report, it just sheds light on an issue that has, well, it's plagued Trump's second term, right? How he behaves around US allies. I mean, the man is still on Truth Social at the moment spreading claims that the Italian Prime Minister was begging for a photo.
Well, some things deserve an immediate response. Donald Trump's statements are completely made up. I'm frankly astonished. I don't know why the President of the United States behaves like this towards his allies. It is not the first time, moreover. I can only say it is disappointing that he does not show the same determination with the enemies of the West and of the United States, whose leaders he instead treats with far greater indulgence. There is one thing he should remember. Neither I nor Italy ever beg.
Only reinforcing what this report suggests, right? He's a major management problem for the free world, basically. European leaders are reportedly workshopping how to text him. They are debating what words to capitalize even. They're forced to reframe sanctions as tariffs because it's language that Trump likes. I mean, it's not strength, right? And it's not respect. This is basically adults designing a safety system around one man's volatility.
You gotta ask him what it is that
The obsession?
The obsession.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I obviously, have a room in his head.
Rent free. You do everything with grace.
A suite in his head. But the thing about it is that was always clear to me. Look, first of all, when I was president, The last thing I had time to do was worry about what
somebody said,
or what my predecessor did.
Mm-hmm.
They're gone. I've got work to do.
You locked in.
It's hard to describe if you're doing the job right.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you've got 5, 10 things that are real hard. And you have to be constantly focused. The idea that I'd be worrying about
came before
somebody who came before and me trying to measure, like, what's he done today? Look, constantly worrying about that is a strange thing to me. It shows me somebody who's not focused on the American people and the job they're supposed to do.
And at home in the United States, it's clear the pressure is building. Also, Trump's patriotic spectacles have been mocked for their high price and empty crowds.
President Trump is touting crowd size at the American State Fair, claiming at least 45,000 people attended his speech, kicking off America's 250th anniversary festivities in Washington, D.C. But reports from the ground tell a different story. NBC News puts the crowd closer to 1,000 people, writing, quote, based on, estimates by our team on the ground, nowhere near 45,000 people were present. The Washington Post reports, quote, the crowd thinly covered an area about the length of the National Museum of American History, smaller than some summer outdoor movie screenings. And the New Republic writes, quote, dozens of attendees Wednesday were seen flocking toward the exits in the middle of Trump's address, which was meant to kickstart the 2-week event. Despite the paltry crowd size, one news station insisted that there were more people attending that event than met the eye. Take a look.
And sometimes the pictures really don't tell the full story, because if you look behind us, you see, okay, there are a couple hundred people back there. But the truth is, when you make your way over here and you're in a wash of people.
Oh, my God. Ouch.
The Great American State Fair produced embarrassing results. His World Cup involvement on the world stage has raised integrity questions.
This game would have a big mark on it. If we lost, if we won, no matter what happened, you have to let them use their best players. And the game tonight's going to be amazing, and we're going to have a full team, and Belgium's going to have a full team. And you know what? If they beat us, then they can be really proud. The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged, just like the election was rigged in 2020, but I won't get into that.
And of course, his financial disclosures have triggered scrutiny over how he continues to enrich himself while in office.
Give Donald Trump a $400 million gift/bribe. Everybody, Democrats and Republicans, say, don't take it, don't take it. It's a national security threat. Also looks really bad. He's like, no, I love this thing, and I'm going to ride it to the opening of the Teddy Roosevelt Library. It's day one. I was listening to, after the Colorado primary last night, to the AG, Phil Weisner, who is going to become the governor after. And he was talking about his American story and how his mother was born in a concentration camp. And that her mother wanted to get to America because she knew that this was a place where you would be treated fairly and you would be able to succeed, which he has. He went on to clerk for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. He worked for Obama, and now he's going to be governor of Colorado. And that is what people think of when they think about America, right? A place where you can be born in a concentration camp and you can get here and you can provide this kind of life for your family.
So you just disproved your own point.
I'm
you said it was a bet. You said people are thinking of the Qatari jet.
Well,
and then you say, no, they're thinking about this.
No,
Make up your mind.
I have made up my mind if you let me just finish my sentence.
I thought you had.
No, because you cut me off. That's not actually a period. It's an interruption. They're different. The average American believes in those ideals that Weisner is talking about, and they're looking at the reality on the ground, which is that they can't afford a good living. They can't afford to provide for their kids. They can't own their homes until they're in their 40s in some cases. And they're looking at the president on the Qatari jet, who just made $2.2 billion last year. $1.4 billion.
They aren't envious liberals like you.
No, they're not envious. They're mad that the system is rigged against us and that the president
Who rigs the system?
The president.
Oh, really? How does he rig it against them? Be specific.
Okay,
how does he rig it against them and use the Qatari jet as an example?
Well, first of all, when you think about the examples of past presidents, like putting a peanut farm in a blind trust, you know how corrupt this is, but he's rigging the system because when his stupid meme coins, for instance, they made all the money and regular investors lost their money.
How does the Qatari jet affect anybody?
How is this a tax on people?
What?
I know that this would be much more beneficial for you if these were just taxes on people, where we just take the money. He didn't put a gun to anybody's head and took money from them.
Well, who did Hunter Biden put a gun to?
He put his gun to his own.
And as he fights tooth and nail to redefine the election process in the United States, his own party are showing signs of fracture over his SAVE Act.
Say, I am on the ballot, because in a real sense he is. If we were to lose the midterms, heaven forbid, these Democrats, y'all, impeachment's not even the big concern. They will turn every committee of Congress into an investigative body, and they'll go after the president's family, the cabinet, his donors and friends. Half of you in this room will be targeted. I run the protection program. I'll take care of you, okay? We're going to win. We're going to win the midterm, okay? All right? I'll leave you.
So the image of Trump throwing a tablet lands differently now, right? It does not feel like an isolated tantrum. It feels like another pressure release for a man who has struggled since he took office again.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.